Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to the newbies. These are free collective readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, so I've already shuffled. We've got toil and labour, theft, and then we have despair. Then we've got fraud, mail or wire communication, a scheme to defraud someone, and a material deception, which is lining up with theft, not hiring, despair. So this is somebody who is not down as working. This is some people who are not down as working. Okay, maybe they feel like they've not got enough money coming on in, so they've had to turn to scamming and scheming on a very large scale. On a very large scale. This is a large scamming group with what I'm getting. A large scamming group which has been going down for a long time, and the more time's gone on, the more people have got involved to help them pull this off. We've got male, female, okay, heavily involved within this theft, male theft. So quite possibly also taking somebody's identification and posing to be them. So birth certificates is what I'm getting. National security card. National security card. Birth certificates. Thinking that she can get away with it with this force. She thinks she can get away with it, quite possibly because her father and other family members and friends have been doing this for a long time. They have been doing this for a long time. So there's a lot of people working together in order to pull this off. So this main female could be asking others, okay, even child or children who this masculine or feminine has been living with, to get some form of identification, or she will get inside of your home herself, claim she wants to come see kids, you know, little nieces, little nephews, other family members, friends. And once she's inside, she will then, once she's inside, she will then start gathering forms of identification. We've got courthouse, gift, sudden wealth. Then we've got message. So she has gained access and entry into somebody's house, home, under false pretenses, because she's been working to take identification, toil and labour. A lot of working and recruiting other people, 0404. We've got sudden wealth here. Took a gift at a courthouse of sudden wealth. Stole identity, okay, could have posed to be somebody else in the courtroom in order to take this gift of sudden wealth. We have Curvin ties, dark witch, dark warlock. So she's got curving ties. A lot of people helping, a lot of very dark witches and very dark warlocks. Gang stalking, gang affiliation and gang ties. And then we've got illegal protection. Then we've got gross misconduct, something that is very serious and has very serious effects. Illegal experiments, unethical human experimentation. So, some sort of illegal experiment supposed to be somebody else in order to take this gift of sudden wealth at a courthouse, okay, but with this illegal protection linking to dodgy law enforcement, corrupt law enforcement, okay, who is illegally protecting a main female. She wants to be seen as like a leader of a gang pulling strings. Unethical human experimentation, gross misconduct, something that is very serious and has very serious effects. Then we have hitman, hitwoman on the dark web. So could have actually done this online or over the phone, yeah, because of these gang ties, Coven ties, getting illegal protection and thought she could get away with it. I knew there was a very large group, so a Coven right, we've got a Coven, and then we've got house in reverse, military person in reverse, and living room in the upright. So this is linking to family. We've got military person in reverse. There's ex-military people involved. Okay, so this has been done with military precision. Then on the bottom of this deck here, we've got toxic family. Taking profits, money for someone else's work. So what she, along with a group of people, have done has taken profits for somebody else's work. With this money, hired a hitman in order to cover up. Hired hitman, hitwoman in order to cover up. Because she, along with a large group of people, is getting some form of illegal protection. Taking somebody else's work, monetising on it, taking on their identity, then what they want to do, this group, is commit crimes in somebody else's identity and use them as a scapegoat. Pop them and then say, oh, it was them. Oh, aren't they awful? It was them. And it's a lot of scapegoating. A lot of scapegoating. We've got distant horizons. Concern. It is very concerning what this toxic family and gang group, Coven, or even maybe cult ties, is doing. It's unethical because with this Coven ties, there's obviously a lot of spell work involved in order to cover up. A lot of spell work involved. So she is doing sex magic. Somebody's doing sex spell work on you to win sexual control over you. So doing sex spell work on people. And quite possibly, with this corrupt law and this illegal protection, slamming everyone she can to get away with the crime she's committed. And this is probably why she's getting illegal protection. We've got voodoo. Somebody's doing voodoo work on you to achieve something against you. we have got some sort of reversal magic. Okay, so maybe you could be working on doing some reversals yourself, or somebody else is trying to reverse this spell work for you. Wow. Potential and truth. Okay, so this is why they have got hitman, hitwoman involved, because they think a masculine or feminine who's been sucked into the middle, who's grown up around this toxic family, somebody has potential, what they're thinking, to speak out and speak the truth. Oh, Lord. Somebody has potential. Oh my God. To speak out. We have great happiness in reverse. They are not wanting anyone left to speak out about this. So anyone who knows about this, who has the potential to be able to speak out about this, they are putting hits out on that person. So she thinks she's some sort of mafia. Court person in reverse. This corrupt court person, with this gaining a lot of money, was getting paid money under the table. They was getting paid money under the table to cover this up. Unexpected money in reverse. They was getting some money in reverse. Male, female in reverse. So she's supposed to be somebody else in order to claim a large amount of money. They've been meeting up. We've got court in reverse. Outside of the courtroom, they've been meeting up to discuss their plots, their plans and their schemes. And we have bereavement here. So this could resonate with past, present, and could be current outcome of a situation, and the outcome is they are still in the running. 1, 2, 3, 4, just gone. Still in the running and getting this job done. Still in the running. It's gone to a head, and a lot of people's head, because it seems to be a lot of money. They want to get away with that, with this distant horizons, and also they've took all of this sudden wealth with ex-military people, with military precision, and spent a lot on getting drugs overseas, drugs trafficking. A lot of this money has been spent on drugs trafficking. A lot of it. So we've got sudden wealth, unexpected money, gaining a lot of money. It's so much money that their head is gone. We've got mature woman, poverty, occupation was fabricating evidence. Fabricating evidence. So involved in fabricating evidence, and that fabricating evidence is to play psychological games. 1414. Psychologically manipulate people. So now what I'm getting with this great fortune is young female has been courting or dating, or somebody within this large group courting or dating, or this gang ties, coven ties, who's got corrupt law. They have corrupt nurses, doctors, psychiatrists to tamper with medical records and make the one who they've done this to appear to be physically or mentally ill, appear to be physically or mentally ill. We've got turmoil and upheaval, causing turmoil, upheaval, okay? Secrecy, 1515. Part of a secret society, or so they thought. Change, development, changing medical records, deliberately trying to give this person some wrong medication, yeah, or paying a doctor, a nurse, psychiatrist to tamper with medical records, okay, spiritually attacking, doing a lot of magic, tampering with records, because they are part of a secret society too, who do this a lot. I'm getting maybe power of attorney and an inheritance job. Enlightenment. They don't want nobody to become enlightened, 1616, about what's going on outside of their large group, okay? Quite a few toxic families are joining together. Upheaval again. Constantly creating upheaval. This toxic family is creating nothing but upheaval after upheaval after upheaval. So, masculine or feminine, may have had child or children, okay, and because of their gangster mentality, because of them being a dark witch or warlock, maybe masculine or feminine, and take what resonates, because for some, maybe child or children are not in the middle of this, but for some, young child or young children have been brought up in and amongst and around this toxicity, okay? And the more they seem to have got away with this, yeah, the more they keep doing. Illegal experiments, unethical human experimentation, deliberately giving wrong medication, deliberately giving wrong diagnosis, okay? So then nobody listens to the person who's trying to speak out, the one who's got the potential to speak the truth, who they've done this to. Because of this family and the way they are, toxic families, who are all tying together, taking profits, money for someone else's work, they could have moved around quite a few times, moved from house to house to house in order to get away from them. Partnership. But they've all partnered together. They've got a shared love for committing all these crimes. Shared love, because there's sudden wealth here, there's great fortune here, there's gaining a lot of money and unexpected income. A lot. And I mean a lot. So we've got partnership. They all met up, okay, shook hands, partnered together at these meetings. Got some refreshments. Maybe at a pub, a bar, okay. Maybe even some sort of a holiday resort. Maybe somewhere out of town. Yeah. It was very harmonious, the meeting. Lots of laughing, lots of cheering, lots of egging each other on, 1919. Lots of... It was all premeditated. It was all carefully thought out. But with this bereavement in reverse, I'm getting that their plans could not be achieved, this hitman hitwoman, okay, for some strange reason. Maybe the Most High stepped in. Maybe the angels stepped in. Maybe the ancestors stepped in. Or maybe the Galactic Federation of Light stepped in. Or it could have been a combination of all. So they decided to label somebody as mentally unstable. Okay. We don't think this person should have this large amount of money, okay, because they cannot control their own finances. They're mentally unstable. They're mentally unstable. They can't control their own finances. They've got cameras inside of your home. They was placing cameras inside of the home or outside of the home, trying to see who's coming in and out, who this masculine or feminine or child and children are speaking to, who they're meeting up with. Okay, maybe they targeted somebody who is on their own a lot, because someone's on their own a lot, they seem to be, to these large groups, to these covens, cults, groups, gangs, they seem to be an easy target. Then we've got reporting you for speaking out, worried. We've got hospital for organ failure. Could have wrongfully put somebody in hospital, poisoning or something like that. Wrong medication in order for their organs to shut down. Maybe medication to give them a heart attack or something of the sort. Medication to give them an adverse reaction or an allergic reaction to medication, or poisoning, giving them some sort of capsules, drugs, to make them ill, deliberately make them ill, so their organs shut down. We've got voice changer apps. They've even been harassing at some point this person and others using voice changer apps. Mastermind. Again, premeditated. With military precision, because they have a military background. Wi-Fi. They're also hacking in to Wi-Fi because they want to know what messages are being sent. What messages are being sent. Who is this masculine or feminine trying to speak out to? Trying to speak out to. Who are they going to try and call for help? If they are emailing anybody, other law, other solicitors, yeah, they are getting onto them straight away and they're paying money under the table. So I'm getting wherever this masculine or feminine seems to go for help, there doesn't seem to be any help coming. That's what it seems like, okay? Successful in business. They didn't want the money coming to the rightful person because they didn't want this person to be successful in business, okay? They wanted to take it for themselves so they can spend it on drugs trafficking, putting hits out, okay? Submit to them and bow down to them. They've got a God complex. A God complex. They already had a God complex before, but as soon as they was getting a sniff of money coming on in, they wanted it all for themselves. Okay? Maybe they don't actually like each other, some of these people, but they all seem to join forces for the love of money and the hate of this masculine or feminine who they've done it to. You've got evil eye, red eye. A lot of evil eye. A lot of evil eye. Could have done this to somebody who was born in the 80s, or somebody around this connection is born in the 80s. Trying to send someone to date masculine or feminine for clout. So a clout seeker. But if they are sending anyone towards this masculine or feminine to date them for clout, they're only coming on in to gather some more information, to take some more identity, and quite possibly to steal some more work and take more profits. I think every woman wants them. So someone who wants to think in this connection, wants to think they're a ladies' man, all for the ladies, wants more money, more drugs, okay? And so they've got women hanging off their arm. Power struggle. We've got wrong move losers. Sex magic again, so a lot of sex magic. Here's the corrupt judge. Here is the corrupt judge. I'm putting the corrupt judge next to the truth, okay? Because this corrupt judge doesn't like truth seekers, doesn't like truth tellers, doesn't like whistleblowers, hates them with a passion, hates whistleblowers because whistleblowers will expose things like this. Blind. They want people to be blind, blindsided, blindfolded. Maybe even calling gagging order. So the person who they've done this to, by court, wrongfully, is not allowed to speak out about this because they're trying to cover it up. They are trying to cover it up. So I did capture America, Florida, okay, stuff like that. So they could be putting money in offshores, overseas accounts, multiple fake ID, multiple stolen identity, okay, wire transferring to other accounts. We've got crazy woman stalking. So this elderly lady and this younger female are very crazy. They're involved in stalking because they want to keep the money to themselves and they really don't want to let it go. So they are paying people to stalk. They are paying people to watch. They are paying people to do black magic. Any takeaways, takeaway owner, worker, poisoning food for money. It's a fatal attraction. Signing legal documents to claim assets. Wow. Copy of ID to get loans out. They're being watched. Copy of ID to get loans out. So it's so much identity theft. And again, because it's gone on for so long, they've got away with it so long, they thought they was going to get away with it forever. We've got YouTube. Could be watching YouTube, watching readers to try and get information. You could be undercover investigator. We've got university teacher or someone who's been in some sort of university like NHS, for example. They call that like a university NHS. So for example, something like that. But there is corrupt doctors, psychiatrists, healthcare workers involved. And they've got tampering with evidence to cover up. We've got African or American involved. African or American involved. Maybe if you are undercover investigator, you could be like Batman, saving, is it Gotham City? Oh, we've got illegal protection is coming to an end. Abuse of power, hacking accounts, noise harassment, electronic harassment. So going back to voice changer apps, if they've calmed down, at some point there was a lot of ringing, persistent phone calls, talking on voice changer apps, devil worshippers, talking on voice changer apps in order to intimidate witnesses. Okay? In order to intimidate witnesses, in order to intimidate the one they was plotting, planning and scheming to force maybe power of attorney over this large, extremely large amount of money, what they have split amongst themselves, bullying in groups, and then we've got more putting hits out. We've got arrest warrants. Arrest warrants. Somebody who's like a rock chick, a rocker. Best friend secretly hates you, so we've got a best friend involved who wants any peace, okay? Also helping, obstructing, perverting the course of justice and getting in on the bullying, maybe online or some way, shape or form to create a distraction, scapegoating, so they focus on the person who they're doing it to, so they go, oh, this person's nutter, aren't they? Aren't they? Yeah, we're all going along with, they're a nutter, aren't they? They need to grow up. Yeah? Could have post-traumatic stress disorder because of this. They want to lower this masculine or feminine self-esteem. Maybe masculine or feminine is zero tolerance and standing up to this bullshit and still speaking the truth. And they don't like that. Stay aware of your surroundings. So if you are in the middle of this, or investigating this, or speaking out about this, stay aware of your surroundings. More paying a hitman. Abusing law for selfish gain. So they're abusing their power positions for selfish, evil gains. So there's a lot of hitman, hitwoman energy. A lot. And I mean a lot. So multiple attempted murders. So stay aware of your surroundings if this is resonating. If you've been through this. Deliberately causing more trauma. Deliberately causing more trauma. Young femme could have got involved because she wants a couple of mil to get some fake lips, or fake friend who's always been a secret hater got involved in spreading shit and bullying because they got joined to a secret society and they was getting protection, illegal protection. These people never appreciate a good thing until it's gone. But because they are struggling with money, power, and wanting some sort of fame and clout for what they've done, maybe wanting some clout for popping the ones who are speaking out. Someone involved is very hungry for the day. For the day. Very hungry for the day. More day. House raided. So the house is about to be raided. The house is about to be raided. We've got a crazy, obsessed politician, a corrupt, crazy, obsessed politician who's also been taking money under the table, blackmailing anyone they can to work against you. So they've recruited a lot of people, corrupt judges, corrupt law enforcement, okay, corrupt nurses, doctors, psychiatrists, they've all been licking each other's asses. Corrupt law enforcement was overlooking evidence, because they are secret enemies too. So they've all been helping with these offshore overseas accounts, multiple stolen identities. They're blatant at stalking and gaslighting. Okay? Someone could have got involved because they wanted to get a new motorbike. Again, stay aware of your surroundings. Digital footprint, and here's a mental health unit. Call them a nutter. Keep calling them a nutter. If we keep calling this person a nutter, no one's ever going to believe them. Psychological warfare, again, wrongfully medicating, okay, because there's all taking and playing the part, all taking and playing the part, all taking money under the table. So dark witches and warlocks working within psychiatric hospitals. So if anyone goes in to mental health units, alright, they're constantly getting spell work done on them. Which one should I go into? Constantly getting spell work done on them. There we go, I'll go into that one in a minute. Okay. Soul tie. You are soul tied to someone and finding it hard to release a connection. So they are doing everything they can to trap this person in the middle of all this, who they've done it to, and quite possibly multiple other people, to launching spiritual attacks. Somebody's attacking you to spiritually block your third eye and ability to manifest, because they don't want this person to be able to manifest justice, okay? They don't want this person to be able to manifest getting justice. They don't want this person, even here, on multiple people. They're trying to wipe multiple people out. Multiple people they are trying to wipe out. Mirror work. Somebody's using mirror work to bring you problems and issues. Spying. Somebody's using divination tools to pry into your life, into your personal life, for their advantage. Because they want to know, they're going to be victorious. Victory. You will be victorious over any attacks against you. No matter what they do, you will win. And we've got a silent white worker. Someone around you is doing white magic in secret to help you without your knowledge. And even more evil eye. And even more spiritual attacks. Okay? Someone envies you to the point of them not wanting to see you succeed. And we got this, successful in business. They don't want to see this person successful in business, so they want to take absolutely everything, leave this person with absolutely nothing, use that money on gang stalking, putting hits out on multiple people, reporting the person for speaking out. Corrupt judge has probably placed a gag order, could be something to do with power of attorney, then falsifying medical records, okay? Someone is trying to negatively affect your health, either physically or mentally, and doing health attacks. So physical and mental attacks. Theft magic. Somebody's out to take something that is yours. This could be love, money, energy. All of it. Love, money, energy. Everything. They want everything from this person who they've stolen from. And I mean absolutely everything. Oh my Lord. Someone is using spell work to keep you from using your personal power. Binding spells. So they're even binding, then spiritually attacking. Binding, then spiritually attacking the person, so then they can't fight back. So it's literally, like spiritually, they are creating a rope around the person who they've done it to, spiritually attacking that person everywhere, mentally, physically. every way, shape or form. Crown chakra attacks, third eye attacks to stop third eye, okay, an ability to manifest. So crown chakra, third eye chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral, and then root chakra. All of it. All of it. Because they've got hold of that much money, okay? But because they already had ties to corrupt law, they could have tried to wipe this masculine or feminine out, and then it just would have been so much easier by wiping them out with putting it out for them to just take the money, and they're all celebrating. Refreshments, drinking, keeping you a secret. Very toxic. Very, very toxic. If you are going through this, with this love story, be careful, bugaboo, even in his side pieces, because they are being sent, they are being manipulated, okay? They are also going to be involved, in some cases, in the blackmail. Game over. Run away from this person. Kick to the curb. Kick this person to the bloody curb. Because they are also going to be involved. They'll send you messages. Okay? You're gorgeous. 41, 41. Even Fem, who's involved. Okay? Jezebel energy. Feminine. Young female who is involved. Licking people's asses. Okay? Putting red lippy on. Multiple private relationships. Okay? Could already know the tea. Could already know the tea. Well, you do by now. Multiple relationships with corrupt law, police officers, judges, nurses or psychiatrists. Sexual favours for immunity. Toy machine. Passed around like a toy. Passed around like a toy in order to get away with everything. Could even have linkings to Spain. Linkings to Spain. Sending people over to different countries. Opening up bank account here, bank account there. Shifting. Money laundering. Someone in this connection is missing front teeth. Someone who wants you to obey them. Denying, stealing, deluded, gaslighting. Denying it, of course. Using you for clout. Anyone who comes towards. A lot of people got involved because they was in debt with drug dealers, so they wanted to pay the debts off. Okay, they wanted to pay debts off. And then they wanted to be seen as some big gangster, drug trafficker. Alright, get all these drugs, pay people in drugs, pay people in money, gang stalking, paying people in money or drugs, or both. Lying on the person who they've done it to. Assassination of character. So then it's easier for this person to get popped. If they are lying, creating malicious lies and rumours, then it's going to be really easy for them to pop the person, especially if they make up malicious lies and rumours. What's enough to get any person with half a brain and half a heart mad, or not like that person, because there's a lot of hate. A lot of hate. A lot of projecting, wanting to thrash the person. So, in order to take power and control over this great fortune, this sudden wealth, this... What was it? Was it gaining a lot of money? Gaining a lot of money. They've totally annihilated this person's character. Assassination of character. Got everybody they can up and down the country, city, state, continent, okay, beezing around, passing false information to each other, saying, this, that, the other, the this, the that, the this, the that, they're a nutter, alright, the this, the that, God knows what, like, actually, all the worst things you can think of, all the worst things you can think of has been said about this person in order to assassinate their character and then get this person popped. This masculine or feminine. But I'm getting that they've done this to multiple people before. And they've got away with it. So there's multiple people involved. They've got away with it before. Ex-military are great at spying, at stalking, because they've been trained in that area. Some military could have been actively serving still, and then they could have got dishonoured. Now we've got house in reverse. They could have also sold a house, a home, or paid off mortgages, but I'm getting that some of these people had little to nothing in their banks. And then all of a sudden, they're paying off mortgages. They're buying a house, okay? They're buying apartments. They're going on shopping sprees. Brainwashing and blackmailing and grooming anybody. They are brainwashing anyone they can. Anyone they can. Oh, it's all a game to them. It is all a game. It is literally all a game to them. They've had so much fun doing what they are doing. It's sinister. They've had so much fun assassinating the character of the person who they've done this to. So much fun, because they didn't want them to have their own money, maybe for their own work, okay, because it's something surrounding stolen work, stolen money for somebody else's work, and then assassinate their character because they're jealous. Someone envies you to the point of them not wanting to see you succeed, and then trying to take this person's business down. Illusions. Celebration. They've created so many illusions and confusions and got refreshments and celebrated, all partied together. Maybe a big massive party. Maybe even hiring out venues, full clubs, pubs. Maybe even hotels. Maybe even hotels, full pubs, clubs, doing love block spells also. Heart chakra. Working on the heart chakra. A lot of reckless magic. Somebody's out of control and doing anything to any and everyone they want without having any remorse. So they're doing it all to each other as well. They're all doing it to each other, this reckless magic, targeted. Someone thinks you hurt them and are mad and out to seek revenge. So you could have spoke out about this. And they're out to seek revenge and constantly getting on internet, on blower. Okay? So another hitman. Mixed them on card there. Submission magic. Someone wants you to submit to them to allow them to have their way. So bend over, okay. Wow, throat jack there. Bend over, bow down, okay. Just lay down. Let these people frigging pop you, alright? Or this masculine, feminine, multiple people. Lay down and let these corrupt nurses label you as like incompetent, or corrupt lawyers, judges, solicitors label this person as incompetent because they was all taking a cut. under the table. Because they've done this before. Plenty of times before. Anyone who's got anything coming on in, these families, these family members will do everything they can. Mirror work on everybody, anyone they can. Oh no. So much. So much. And I mean so much. But again, a lot of people involved who's got away with it. Could have even got ex-military man, ex-military woman, or actively serving to do the hits. Shocking. Which is abuse of power. People could be coming out of confusion because they've been doing confusion magic, creating so many illusions. So many illusions, so many lies, so many lies, so much spell work. Ashamed after what they did. So maybe this corrupt judge is actually ashamed. Maybe some of these people are actually ashamed. Are they still watching from fake accounts? Yes. We've got college students involved. They could have fake walls storing drugs, money. Psychopaths. They have no compassion, no empathy, no remorse. And some of these people could be acting scared. Acting scared after they kept trying to intimidate. Absolute psychopaths. They've all got entity attachments. Like, so much entity attachments. So many crazy obsessions. Oh my lord. Spiritual bully, because there's a lot of spiritual attacks, spiritually bullying the person. So they don't even need to come near physically. They can be halfway around the world, halfway across the country, in another city or continent or what have you, or another town, and they can do that from afar. MK Ultra mind control. Wow. Wow and wow and wow. It's so much. It's so much. So much sex magic too. Because they want to gain sexual control over anyone who comes in to like help. And then they want this person to be their bugaboo. Some of them could be married. Some people could be going through a divorce because situation is about to explode. And someone who was married, okay, could have been sleeping with this hussy because she's a hussy. Copper was burning evidence. Corrupt judge burning evidence. With this poverty there, they could have took absolutely everything and left this person who they've done this to with absolutely nothing. And some of these people, like I'm saying, one minute there's nothing in their banks or very little in their banks, and then the next minute they're depositing large cheques of multi-millions of pounds. Multi-millions of pounds, or £1 million or so, in their bank. 1 minute they're scrimping and scraping, yeah. And they're trying to say that they worked hard with occupation. They was working hard and they've got a tax rebate, or, you know, the job was paying good and they got, what's it called? What's the word what I'm looking for? people work for so long and then they start getting payouts. Chatting shit, making out like, oh yeah, we've worked hard for it. It all just started coming in. Stole real estate. Changed medical records. Can't make it up. So they could have bought some sort of a real estate with the money, but still it's stolen because it's not theirs. It's not theirs. Changed medical records. Stole real estate. Also with this divorce and situations about to explode and bearing evidence, we've got secretly married this masculine or feminine without their knowledge to claim assets. Claim rights over a house, a property. Oh my lord. Again, secret society, secret clubs and organisations underground. And then we've got BLOOD, sacrifice and human sacrifice. So they are involved in sacrificing people. So this masculine feminine they stole from, they tried to sacrifice that person. Obviously there's multiple hits. Passing guns around. Black collar crimes. Thefts to money laundering and child molestation. And we've got clergy. Grand larceny, theft of personal property, intent to deprive owner of it permanently. Grey collar crimes, identity theft, hacking and authorised access to digital systems or data. White collar crimes, security fraud, cybercrime, bribery, money laundering and embezzlement. And then we've also got blue collar crime, theft, drug charges, sexual charges and physical assault. And a lot of mental magic to make the person who they've done this to appear to be mentally unstable. So then they can change their medical records, call them bipolar, call them schizophrenic, call them depressed, call them anxious, maybe quite possibly some sort of trust issues this person has got, past trauma or abuse, so could have PTSD from all of this. Then we've got humiliation rituals. Humiliate the person, keep humiliating them with all this stolen money, with all this stolen work, and then keep humiliating the person who they've stolen all of it from. Then we've got sexually degrading rituals on the back there. Malpractice, improper, illegal or negligent professional behaviour. So malpractice. Changed medical records and everything. But I just, like 1 minute, they're in poverty, alright? And the next minute, they're depositing all this money into their account. So the person who's trying to speak out about it is obviously speaking the truth, because somebody keeps trying to speak the truth. Constantly speaking the truth. Let's get 1 or 2 more. They got in their feels. Why should he or she have all this? I think if we all group together, we've got people in all areas and quite possibly someone in a bank as well to help with this money laundering, slamming someone in a bank. They got in their feels, alright. Old news, outdated. Could have been speaking about this for years. People's been turning blind eye, getting paid hush-hush money. Getting paid hush-hush money to turn a blind eye. checks out in the mail, meeting up, cash in hand, drugs, hush hush, yeah, meeting up in private, caught, finding evidence, caught. They could have met up with the wrong person, okay? They could have met up with an undercover agent They could have met up at some point. Caution. Could have met up with an undercover agent. An undercover cop. One of these hitmen, what they tried to hire, could have actually been an undercover cop. Recording what's going down, total drama, action. Wow. 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 Kick to the curb. Could be a lot of evidence caught on camera on how much they've actually done to this person. Actually caught on camera a lot what they have done to this person. They're all very envious. A lot of bad choices, all for the love of money, what's not even theirs. Then creating malicious rumours and enjoying the gossip, assassination of character, coming from all angles. Recording, announcement, expression, revealing. They could have said, this person's on like mental health tablets or needs to be on mental health tablets in order to change the medical records. You could be trying to set the record straight on these haters. When they get caught and go to court by real police, real lawyers, solicitors and judges who's bringing this to light, they're going to be like, I'm really sorry. I just wanted to straight up be a copy and paste like we've got investigator. Who knows? Who's gathering evidence on these attempted hits, okay? Knows that there's been medical records changed, knows that there's been some sort of rituals performed. Return to sender. With energy work, cleansing and prayer, what they did to you will be sent back to them, wrapped in a tiny bow. So maybe it could be doing your own return to senders, okay, praying, trying to do some sort of white magic and clear them vibes with protection herbs, sage, Palo Santo, and then because this black magic is returning to this jealous group, envious group, jealous, envious group, it's hitting them back. So then maybe they went to the dark witchy warlock powers and asked them to do some sort of reversals because everything was backfiring and they was conjuring up demons and the demons was returning to sender and they couldn't handle the backfire. Conjuring up demons. Conjuring up demons. A legion of them. A legion of demonic spirits have been dispatched to attack you through people around you. Oh my Lord. And they're competing against this person to be this person. They're competing against this masculine or feminine to be them. So steal everything from them and then compete against them with competition magic to be them. What? then launch financial attacks. Somebody's attacking you spiritually to negatively affect your finances. We've stolen money. Doing all this, with stolen money, then someone envies you and is trying to steal your essence to become a mirror image. Oh no. No way. No bloody way. But they keep doing this soul tie, yeah, because they don't want to be released. These toxic people. Massive success is coming to you after you release someone toxic from your life. That's not what they want in, because they want to keep siphoning on that energy, stealing absolutely everything they can, yeah, deliberately making somebody mentally or physically ill, deliberately trying to force somebody to be mentally or physically ill. Somebody's trying to manifest you in their life. That's why they are trying to block some sort of manifestation skills, because they're trying to block anybody out who could quite potentially speak the truth. Block anyone out who could potentially speak the truth, okay, and investigate these and reveal the truth. When this goes to court, they're all going to say, sorry, I'm really sorry. I just wanted all these checks. I just wanted to cash all these checks and deposit them in bank accounts and just keep money laundering and keeping it all to ourselves and leave you with absolutely nothing, and we just wanted to keep you a secret, but now our banks seem to be under investigation. And some of these people, because they're so blasé about it, they could be messaging going, are you alright? Are you alright? Come to see you soon. Really care about you. Are you alright? See you've been struggling with your health and that, even though they know for a fact they've been conjuring up demons, trying to give wrong medication, poison, blood sacrifice, that person. Now they're trying to run away from their pending charges because they know they fucked up. They've got police, undercover investigators who know about evidence getting burned. Maybe they are tired of the drama, what this very large group of people is up to. I can just see people just trying to run. People just trying to run to get away from their pending charges. Maybe try to do a hit and run. They're going to be so angry because they deliberately tried to destroy the person who they stole from. It's total annihilation is what they want. Total annihilation. Cold. Calculated. Be careful of anyone coming on in to be a little side piece of bugaboo, because they're going to get recruited and turned into an enemy, all for the love of money, what's not even theirs. We've even got landlord harassment, filing false charges, illegal entry of property. So even a landlord has been involved in this. Even a landlord. We've got psychological warfare actions intended to reduce an op's moral, their opponent's moral. Terrorism. Terrorising the person who they've stolen from, all these haters, to fuck, because they are trying to make this masculine or feminine, along with multiple people, feel really insecure. They're trying to kick multiple people to the curb in case they speak out. This is why it's very serious. Even the bugaboos, even their bugaboos' lives are in danger. Even their side pieces' lives are in danger, because they are willing to pop anyone Like, literally, they will put something in drinks to kill, to maim, to tame. Wow. To control, to diminish them, to shut them up. Any way, shape or form, that's what they're doing. This is so big. And as I'm tapping into it, it's making my back hurt. Because I can feel like the heaviness and the weight. And it's probably the feeling of pressure on their back, these fake, false, fraudulent people, because it's the entities, what's attached to them. Wow. I'm going to leave that there. That ended up being a long reading, yet again. But bank accounts are under investigation. All these criminal activities, they can't go on forever because this is severe. And the longer they get left, the more they keep doing it to multiple people. To multiple people. Because it's been going on for so long. Because they've got away with it for so long. 30 could be significant. 9 could be significant. For 9 years, for 30 years. Wow. Okay, yeah, so send me peace, love, night. I hope you get justice soon. If this resonated, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. This group didn't want this masculine or feminine to become a wise leader. We've got death and magic. So I am going to leave there a lot of death magic, a lot of death hexes, a lot of death spells. Practice return to senders. Lighting a white candle, praying to Jesus.